and let us all do we can to build a better future.
The Democrats are frightened. The Democrats are frightened. The Democrats are afraid. They are. They're so frightened right now because the Biden-Harris campaign have to deal with a problem. Note cards and shorter stares. How Biden's campaign is addressing his age. That's right. Old man Biden. Hey, vote blue no matter who. Is this your old dog? So, the president of the United States tripping and falling is never a good moment in the throes of a re-election campaign. But when the president is a whopping 80 years old and already faces concerns that he's too old for another term, it's something of a crisis, which is why somebody should have put their foot down and said, hey, Joe, you're too old. Joe Biden's aides realized they had a problem last month when the president tripped over a sandbag hard at the Air Force Academy's graduation ceremony. Afterward, during a post-event recap, a few aides tried to figure out what may have gone wrong and how to make sure that such an embarrassing, dangerous incident never happens again, according to two people familiar with the discussion. You can't be too careful. Biden's answers to voters who question whether he's up to the rigors of a second term is simple. Watch me fall, watch me stutter, watch me stammer. The trouble is voters are watching, and what they're seeing is hardening impressions that it's time for him to step aside, polling shows. Apart from being the most taxing job on the world stage, the presidency is also the most public, and signs of advancing age are tough to miss. I've had family members deal with rapid old age, dementia, Alzheimer's. It's difficult to watch, and if you've gone through it, you know what I'm talking about. Seeing your loved ones go through that decline is never easy. It stays with you. And it's a scar that will never heal. All right. But aside from that, the president, Joe Biden, from my perspective, shows all the signs of someone who is not physically up to the job. Apart to anyone paying attention is that the Biden administration may have to remember from the Robert Bork Supreme Court confirmation hearings of 1987 of the vice presidential debate with Sarah Palin in 2008 is a different man today. Again, he's, let's be clear here, he is confused, folks. There's no other better way to say it. Continuing on, the Democratic Party needs to be responsive to what people are saying about Biden and their concerns that they have with his age, said one congressional Democrat, speaking on the condition of anonymity, to talk freely about the president's fitness. The number of text messages that I got after the president fell, I mean, my phone was blowing up. People are like, oh, this is bad. You think? Like sometimes I look at these old declining politicians and I have to wonder, does anyone in their family love them? Like, are these normal families? And I have to say, like, probably not. I mean, you got Dianne Feinstein. Half her face is paralyzed. One eye closed. She's in the wheelchair. And when confronted by a reporter saying, hey, how come you've been absent? She said, I've been here. I mean, she's not fit for the job. She's going to be 90. It's time for her to wrap it up. This isn't ageism. My God, if you are a politician representing a global superpower, you need people who know how to keep their heads on a swivel and kind of know what's happening every minute on the minute. Faced with life's unbending reality, no one gets any younger. That's true. Hey, and I'm going to get old too. I hope I have people that love me too and say like, hey, Kit, time to wrap it up, buddy. You are the setting sun. But nonetheless, Biden's advisors have been trying to blunt concerns about his age since his 2020 campaign. Good luck. The challenge gets trickier by the day as the oldest president in history embarks on one last race against the Republican Party, eager to pounce on every miscue. Any misstep is bound to be magnified when voters are already prone to believe that Biden should consider retirement. Biden's aides aren't promising that he won't stumble again. Now, this right here should be raising red flags. Physically, he's quite frail, and he falls off his bicycle or whatever, said a former Western diplomat, speaking on the condition of anonymity to talk more freely. He doesn't have the stamina levels of an Obama or a younger president. People worry about his physical frailty and running from age 82 to 86, the age Biden would be at the end of his second term. That is really old by European standards. Really, really old. We don't have anyone that age, nor should any nation have anyone that age. Democrats, look, I know you might be happy that your old dog Biden beat Trump, but he doesn't have what it takes. Do we really want to have an embarrassing, senile old man as our president for the next 4 years? No, Trump's not any better, but at least Trump can put together a coherent sentence, and that's saying a lot. Now, here's what the Democrats are. Here's the shield wall. And you know corporate media is going to be jumping on this too. Biden's advisors appear to be taking steps to minimize the job's physical toll, while simultaneously wrapping up a twofold strategy to parlay an electoral weakness into strengths. They are arguing that the Republicans were merely recycling an argument that is now 77-year-old Donald Trump made during the 2020 presidential race and fell flat with voters. And they're noting that Biden's decades of experience have allowed him to score legislative victories that eluded younger predecessors such as Bill Clinton and Barack Obama. Oh my goodness. So when you take stock of the unprecedented results President Biden's experienced leadership has delivered since the Republican officials began crying about his age in early 2019, it's hard not to conclude that their whining is anything but a good luck charm. So let's talk about things that Biden's done under his administration. The kids are still in cages. Americans are being evicted from their homes and apartments. Small businesses are being shut down. Trains are derailing. Infrastructure is falling apart. We're stuck in a ridiculous war that could escalate to World War III. Unchecked corruption, by the way, his son and himself are intertwined in a scandal that, dare I say it, will give Republicans an opening for potential impeachment. It's not going to get better anytime soon. In a preview of what voters will see more of if Biden wins re-elections and serves into his mid-80s, the White House seems to be making concessions to his age. An iconic image of a modern presidency is the chief executive walking up the stairs to majestic Air Force One, then turning around at the doorway waving. More and more, Biden is foregoing the long-distance stairs for the shorter stairway that takes him up through the plane's belly. A workaround of this isn't without President John F. Kennedy, who was at the age of 43, was the youngest president ever elected, suffered chronic back pain, and once photographed using a cherry picker to hoist him aboard Air Force One. To which I have to say, okay, John F. Kennedy, youngest president ever, he suffered chronic back pain due to previous other injuries. It's far different than an old man who's stuttering and looking senile. At least JFK was able to do the job. It's understandable. Biden's use of the shorter staircase, which of course reduces the risk of televised fall that goes viral, has more than doubled since Biden's tumble at the commencement ceremony, according to an analysis at NBC News. And the weeks prior to tripping on stage, Biden used a shorter set of stairs to get on and off the presidential aircraft 37% of the time. In the past 7 weeks, he's used them 84% of the time, or 31 out of 37 times he's gone on and off the airplane. On Thursday, during a short trip to Philadelphia to deliver a speech on the economy, Biden used a shorter set of stairs to board the plane at Joint Base Andrews, the military facility outside Washington, where the president's plane is housed. When he arrived in Philadelphia, he used a larger staircase to descend from the plane, but when he departed from the same airport a few hours later, he climbed aboard using lower steps. The White House did not directly answer the question about whether Biden was using the shorter staircase to minimize the chance of fall. An aide said the choice comes down to whether the airport or whether the press wants a photo on the tarmac with official greeters. Oh, yeah, so everyone gets to play a role in it. Biden seems to be preserving his energy in other ways. It's customary on foreign trips for the president to move with other leaders at dinners once the meetings are over. Less formal, structured than the events preceding them. The dinners offer a chance for leaders to bond, talk through differences, or amplify a point. On 2 recent international trips, Biden has chosen to skip the nighttime socializing. You are the leader of the free world. You have to talk to people. You can't take your nap. This is why we can't have an old man being president. To which, again, I want to pull up this video here, and I hope it triggers the vote blue no matter who, people. Take it away, Nick.
The 2024 campaign season is here, so now we got to deal with more lesser two evils garbage. Democratic Party operative Cal Kalinske claims the Democratic Party is 1 trillion times better than the Republican Party. We told you guys at RBN that Marianne Williamson supporters are just Democratic Party sheepdogs. Marianne Williamson's campaign is dead on arrival, so her supporters are skipping steps, and now they're just becoming full-fledged Biden bro Democrats. My sincere question is, under what metric is Biden or Democrats a lesser two evils than Donald Trump? Joe Biden is funding ICE $6 billion more than Donald Trump. Joe Biden took COVID relief funds and gave it to the police. It's the Democratic Party that is building Cop City. Joe Biden expanded public drilling. He's a fracker, and he approved of the Willow Project. The fact that climate activists are endorsing this guy shows that they truly don't believe in what they are saying. Joe Biden has threw millions of people off of their health care. Joe Biden also said he would veto Medicare fraud if it ever came to his desk. Tell me more about how you care about Medicare fraud, though, Kyle Kalinske. But Nick, Biden is the lesser of two evils because Donald Trump is a maniac who may plunge us into World War III. That's actually Joe Biden.
Nothing that Nick said is incorrect. Nothing that he said was wrong. And again, returning back to the story at hand. This man is the leader of the free world. Again, he didn't attend a dinner during the NATO summit in Lithuania earlier this month. But again, he was also no-show at a dinner for his counterparts in Bali last fall. Again, when asked about his missed dinners, White House said his absence has nothing to do with fatigue. They said Biden must tend to domestic issues many time zones away, even when he's overseas, which is true. But then again, when this article brought up JFK and his back issues, JFK served in the war, right? NBC. I mean, there's a reason why he has back issues. JFK served during the war. Which war was that? Oh, a little conflict called World War II. Don't worry about it. Don't worry about it, NBC. Now, again, in any case, look, all these things that are being brought up. This is the shield wall that's going to be protecting Joe Biden. Corporate media is going to say it's nothing to worry about. I do find it interesting. I just want to confirm something here live on air. Just how many people are contributing to this. 3 people wrote this. 3 people wrote this or participated in writing it. So let's have democracy in the chat. Type 1 if you think it's fine for Biden to run for re-election. He still knows what's going on. Type 2, no. No, kid, he doesn't. This is an embarrassment, and it's difficult to watch. I wonder what the end vote will be like. Type in the comment section below.